Well, with so much sickness in the world, it's always encouraging to hear of experimental treatments, especially when they work.
And that is the case with little Dryden Corbers. As a matter of fact, his loved ones say not only is Dryden making strides, but he's proving that miracles do come true.
For 22-month-old Dryden Corbers, this is a miracle. The toddler is paralyzed from the waist down, and just 2 months ago, he wasn't able to crawl or stand. His mom recalls the first time he crawled.
That was awesome.
So what made the difference? Let's go back a while when a crippling birth defect called spina bifida damaged nerves in Dryden's spinal cord, leaving him unable to walk, stand, or even crawl. Doctors who diagnosed him in the womb didn't expect him to survive. But now, Dryden is beating the odds yet again. Once word of Dryden's story got out, people generously donated.
After the news story ran, we wound up raising almost $8,000. $4,000 of that was almost overnight.
Then a charity stepped in to help, and that meant Dryden's family could try the experimental treatment they'd been hoping for. In late March, Dryden's family took him to an institute in Mexico that offers non-embryonic stem cell treatments that are not currently available in the U.S. They're designed to awaken damaged nerves.
As soon as he woke up, we started noticing differences. His feet were twitching a lot.
Now, less than 2 months later,
And he's climbing everything. He's crawling all over the place, and every day he's getting stronger.
Dryden continues to undergo intensive physical therapy. His therapist, Susan Kurtz, says he's made incredible progress.
I really have seen him flourish since the stem cell treatment.
And Dryden's mother hopes her son will continue to beat the odds. The next step, Dryden is slowly learning to walk.
The Food and Drug Administration is still researching stem cell products that it's approved only one so far. The FDA says stem cells could one day treat many medical conditions, but warns against using risky, unapproved treatments.
Now, when it comes to stem cells, it seems like we're learning that the possibilities are really endless. In Dryden's case, it was an experimental treatment, but there are other options when it comes to stem cells, and they're being worked on right here in the United States.
Yeah. Now, joining us today via Skype is Dr. David Jacobson, who is the chief of the Division of Blood and Marrow Transplantation at Children's National Health System. Doctor, thank you for joining us this afternoon.
My pleasure.
There is a lot of controversy about stem cells. So let me ask you, explain to us what a stem cell is. Where does it come from?
Sure. Stem cells come from the bone marrow, which is inside the bones, and they are the precursor cells. They make red cells, platelets, and white cells. So with a blood stem cell transplant, we can treat diseases such as sickle cell disease, immunodeficiencies, and leukemias. And we have a number of those patients being treated and cured every day here at Children's National.
Now, Dr. Jacobson, what do stem cells offer that other treatments can't?
Stem cells offer the possibility, for example, in patients with leukemia, they offer the possibility of curing, of replacing leukemic stem cells once chemotherapy is no longer working. And in other diseases, such as sickle cell disease, where the problem is one of diseased red cells, it offers the possibility of completely replacing the precursors to those red cells and curing the disorder for life.
Doctor, are there diseases or ailments that stem cells are most often used for?
Sure. The diseases that I've talked about, such as leukemia in adults, and then in children, stem cell transplants, we are doing mostly for leukemia and sickle cell disease and immunodeficiencies. That would be the most typical use.
Is Parkinson's up in that list anywhere?
Not so far. Not so far here.
Now, there of course is controversy around stem cells. People saying humans are being manufactured. Is that true?
Not with the way we're using them. Right now we are collecting blood stem cells from a sibling donor and from a healthy adult unrelated donor. So there's no human beings being produced specifically for these stem cells. They're already there and they're willing and able to donate.
Doctor, I understand that a lot of stem cells are coming from umbilical cord blood. If there's a new mother that wants to contribute, is that possible?
Oh, yes. And we highly advise moms to look into donation of cord blood into the public cord blood banks. Why? Because these may become useful stem cell options for patients with leukemia or sickle cell disease that do not have a sibling donor. Therefore, an unrelated cord blood donor may be a very, very good option. And about 1/3 of the transplants that we're doing are unrelated cord blood transplants.
How about that?
Dr. David Jacobson, Children's National, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Incredible. Well, now the doctor mentioned a few illnesses that stem cells can help heal, but could they also help maybe restore your vision? Well, according to published reports, scientists in Maryland have recently grown part of an eye in a lab dish. They did it by using stem cells made from a piece of skin. The retina has even started growing and developing on its own. The team at Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine says that the retina also has the ability to sense light. One of the team members behind the entire breakthrough says it may ultimately lead to technologies that restore vision in people with retinal diseases.
It's only getting better.
It's incredible.
Yeah, well, they're not the only breakthroughs. How about one that can help you shed pounds? Scientists have found a way to freeze fat cells. We'll see how it works and who may want to consider it.
But you still have options even if you're not ready to go that route. We're also going to share 3 snacks that will have you ready for the swimsuit season in no time. Delmarva Life will be right back.